Iridium, hope everyone's doing all right. So time to go back to my underrated, overlooked bands. And in this episode, we're looking at the letter K. So the first band I want to mention, they're still around actually to this day, and that's Kingdom Come. So this band, if you don't know, American stroke German band, formed in 1987. Now this band were originally fronted by Lenny Wolf, I don't think that's his real name, until 2016. Then a singer now, Keith St. John, has taken over, but I don't think they've brought any new material out with that singer. So if you don't know what to expect from Kingdom Come, and a lot of rock fans would have heard of them, but some may have missed them, some may, watching this episode, might be a little bit younger and might not have heard of this band. If you were brought up in the 80s, you probably would have done. I absolutely love this band, especially their first bit of material. So hard rock, although there's a lot of experimentation, especially on the later material. They actually went from 1987 to 89, had a little short bust up from 1990 to 2016, a couple of years off, 2018 to the present day, saying they've got a new singer at the moment. So now this band took a lot of stick in the 80s, especially when they first come on the scene, their comparisons to Led Zeppelin. So now I'm not a huge Led Zeppelin fan, I don't mind them, but I love the first 3 or 4 Kingdom Come albums, especially the first 3. So they took a lot of stick, like I said, for being Led Zeppelin clones, if you like, in the press, but they didn't do themselves any favours. Lenny Wolf actually said he'd never heard of Led Zeppelin. And Led Zeppelin, one of the biggest bands in the world. So he got slated for saying that, and it probably didn't do him any favours. 13 studio albums this band has got out. The first 3 albums for me are amazing. I've got an annoying cat in the background, by the way. That's the self-titled album. In Your Face, the second album, and Hands of Time, a brilliant, brilliant album. So worth checking them out, if any. They actually went on the Monsters of Rock tour in 1988 with, listen to this lineup: Van Halen, Scorpions, Dokken and Metallica. That was a USA tour, Monsters of Rock tour. One of the best tours in history. If you haven't heard of Kingdom Come, and you might have done, I think they're overlooked sometimes, especially their 80s material. Check them out. The next artist I want to look at in the letter K is the actual artist, Magnus Carlsson. So, Swedish musician, born 1973, songwriter, guitarist, producer, sings as well, an amazing musician, this guy. So he is sort of known in the rock circles at the moment. A lot of people work with him. Some people may not have heard of him so much. Perhaps you guys in the US might not have done so much. I think more in Europe he's well known. So this guy has got to be one of the busiest men in metal at the moment. Loads of people work with him. I'm going to list some of the bands he's been with, some of the people he's worked with. So loads of bands and projects, including Last Tribe, probably like the first sort of band that gained him some recognition, you know, in the music business. 3 albums he's done with them, great band. He's done stuff with a couple of albums called The Ferrymen with Ronnie Romero on vocals. A couple of great albums they put out with him, and he's the main songwriter on these, by the way. Alan Londay, one of my favourite projects. Still wait for a sign for the stars. Russell Allen, John Londay, he did 3 albums with them, and they are absolutely amazing AOR hard rock, melodic metal albums. Starbreaker albums, 3 with Tony Harnell. Absolutely amazing albums. Check all them out. He's done solo albums, 3 albums under the Freefall project, so it's Magnus Carlsen's Freefall, where he invites amazing musicians to sing on his albums, and he sings himself. He's got an amazing voice, and also his main band, he's done 7 albums with them now, Primal Fear. A great German metal band, in the vein of Judas Priest, you know, sort of power metal, really like melodic, epic sort of sound. This is what he adds to all his music, a real epic sound. He's an amazing musician, amazing songwriter, and sought after, really sought after. So if you like, he covers everything from heavy metal, hard rock, power metal, bit of symphonic metal as well. An amazing musician, one of the best guitarists in the world at the moment, brilliant voice. The main thing is an excellent songwriter. Check out Magnus Carlsen if you haven't heard any of his material. I've named loads of stuff there. You know, check him out on Wiki if you're not sure, if you haven't heard of some of the bands. All his music is absolutely amazing. Check it out, Magnus Carlsen. That's my letter K done.